My business is born from my imagination. My name is Chantel DeRay Mickens. I'm the owner of Dore Unlimited. My goal is to provide long-lasting combination of fashion and functionality. I design and construct each piece by hand. I enjoy blending colors and textures in my designs. I pay a great deal of attention to the detail and practicality and durability. Everything is stylish and built to last. Freedom and fulfillment I get from the craft is amazing. I've created my own little happy space where I can work on my own terms. I made and sold window treatments, decorative pillows, and lots of accessories. When I'm making a bag or wallet for someone, it's a great feeling and also a responsibility knowing that it's something they're going to be carrying every day, yielding my clients a lifetime of joy.
I'm glad to see you.
Well, I'm glad to see you too. You're looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. You as well. So I just have to know because your pieces are so unique and the details are so stunning and one of a kind. So talk to me about that process and what goes into kind of making these bags. I would imagine it takes you quite a bit of time to make each piece. I'd love to hear about your process.
Yeah, the entire brand is born from my imagination. Just always wanting to do something that I want to do on my own terms and with my own standards, and that's what really drives me. The inspiration for each piece is really from daily life. I could be driving down the road one day and see a car that matter of fact, there was a car that had louvers on the window, and then I go back and I make a bag that has louvers on it, and it looks like this car window. I mean, you wouldn't imagine it that way by the time the application is done, but just to show the inspiration could come from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
I like straight lines. I like neat work, and I like things that are high quality and extremely durable. Most of my bags, I would say, are everyday, classy, sassy bags, um, because they're built to last. Using the leather, you've got to provide a large, great amount of support in putting the pieces together. So that alone, aside from the design, I would say would carry about the same weight. The amount of effort that it takes to make sure that it's something is quality and selecting the right fabrics. I enjoy piecing different patterns and textures together that just result in what I think are some really beautiful pieces. And each one is one of a kind. So you won't see yourself walking down the street, but you'll have something that it will serve you for a really long time.
Yeah, I love that. And I love hearing you talk about, your process and what goes into the materials that you're using. Can you talk to me a little bit about what makes a luxury bag versus it's sometimes it's hard to know like what's the quality you need to invest in. When you're investing, are you investing in materials? Is it craftsmanship? Like what goes into separating a luxury bag versus a just kind of bag that you could get, at chain stores across the country?
Craftsmanship and the quality of the materials. I select my skins from some of the top distributors in the country, and made sure that I established those connections so that I'll be able to offer something. I mean, when you feel leather, quality leather versus not. And so that's what I'm offering. Furs, a lot of the skins that I'll purchase with here on, those are also top quality selections. And your interiors. A lot of times, if you're going to buy a bag, especially if it's something that you're going to carry every day, Give it a couple of months and you've got ripped pockets, you're losing change in your seams and so on and so forth. And a lot of that is because these industries will, to make their costs down, would select a lower quality fabric for their interiors. In some of my bags, the fabric for the interior can very likely cost more per yard than the actual leather on the outside.
Wow.
I use embroidered silk. I use various Asian brocade fabrics. And so it's a treat for you personally when you open your bag and you want to reach in for your phone or something. You've got these beautiful designs popping back at you. And also on the outside, when you've got the quality leathers and hair on, when there are skins and patterned leathers as well. So, it's a big investment. I feel that it's worth it. I am my biggest investor. That's one of the downsides of being a Black designer. It's really hard to find investors and build up the type of support you need to run your business without having to come out of your own pocket. But I can't tell you, in cases where I do, how much it's worth it.
Yeah.
The outcome of a lot of times my husband will tell you, it's hard for me to part with some of the bags that I make because, I'm making something that I like. And, by putting it out there and making it available to you, I'm hoping to connect with like-minded people and also see the beauty and the value in the craftsmanship and also in the design of the bag. So, that's really, that will keep me going. And it's a sign that you should never give up, because at times you're investing and you're pushing and it may put a strain on other things. And then all of a sudden, it's like you bloom. And it's a wonderful feeling to now be in a position that the business pays for itself.
Yeah.
And I could still do my craft. And, even in light of the pandemic, I sort of slowed down and I said I was going to focus on enhancing my skills, upgrading my tools, and so on and so forth. I mean, the smallest thing is sharpening blades or other sharp edges. It's an issue and it takes time. And all of that has a lot to do with all of the quality that goes in. A lot of the dirty work, yes, we get dirty. And, I just really enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I can tell. Tell me about how you talked a little bit about, your intention and goal for the time during the pandemic, but how has that impacted your business? Some people have seen growth, some people have had to shutter their doors. So what's your experience been like?
Yeah, it hasn't been that good. You see, normally I make my bags and I would participate in juried craft shows and festivals all over the place, Jazz Fest, Girl Fest, this fest, that fest, and a whole bunch of pop-ups throughout the year. And I realized after, looking through my numbers that roughly 2/3 of my customer base originated from those types of events. So, of course, this year, everything got canceled, and relying solely on internet. And I was fortunate, though, to have my customers reaching out to me, even though I wasn't really making a strong marketing effort as I should or could, for online orders and custom orders. And it's just been great in that respect. And, I'm able to take the time without being rushed to hurry up and ship and hurry up and finish this so I could start something else and so on. And giving me the time to put more quality into their request, and you know, and hopefully encourage repeat again, which has been a blessing, I think, enough to inspire me to continue to do this.
Absolutely. I'm sure. Well, you know, in a custom order, so if I wanted, you know, a bag, would I call you and do your customers kind of tell you like, I'm looking for, you know, a snakeskin bag, or I'm looking for specifics, or I'm looking for, you know, whatever, giving you the kind of creative process to just build it for me. What's that like when people want a custom bag for you from you?
It is all over the map, Allison. I'm telling you, I have people who have uh, may have a really old bag that maybe 30 or 40 years old that someone passed away and left to them, and so it was a man's bag. Gentleman wanted it restored.
Yeah.
You know, the leather was deteriorating and so on and so forth. So I worked with him into a new bag that was just like the one that he was losing. And it worked out really nice, but it was a little project. I have people who want old coats or jackets turned into bags, bags that match shoes. A person may have a certain pair of shoes. What I'm thinking was a snake skin. And so we went through the motions to match it and come up with a clutch to match the shoes. And that worked out really, really nice. And oftentimes someone would see something that I already have in inventory. See, you know, and that's another thing. I have a hard time doing the same thing over and over again. So if you visit one of my pop-ups, everything is different. One customer even said, it just looks like you've got different designers in here. But I like the variety, and it's always something for someone. And so they may say, oh, well, can you make this in black, or can you make this in red, or do you know, or maybe think of a different pattern of one of the styles that I already have, which, you know, can be an exercise. You know, people have their vision, and, you know, I work to get them what they want. But it's just the outcome is always so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Yeah, I've done baby bags for baby shower gifts, you know.
Oh, how cute.
That was interesting. Baby blue.
I
Metallic baby blue baby bag. Yeah.
I love it. Can you talk to me about, you know, the first, you know, you taught in the intro video that we saw, you talked a little bit about your experience kind of doing all sorts of different textiles. Talk to me about your first bag where you were like, wow, I'm onto something. Like, this is, you know, this is it. It was one bag.
Yeah, right. It's interesting. My husband came home with some leather one day. He'd been out at maybe a flea market or something like that. And he said, feel this. It was a beautiful lambskin. He said, you could do something with this. And I did. I made a tote and a little pouch to match. And it was the cutest. And I made, it was really for myself, because I started making bags for myself. And then I got to a point where I said, you know, I should really do something with this. And, you know, and a few people would, you know, ask or say, oh, that's a really nice bag. And, you know, I find out I may make a bag for someone and so on. But I found myself, anyone who sews, you find yourself buying fabric all the time. Sometimes you don't need it, but you just like the fabric. And I was doing the same thing with leather, and really getting into the craft. And so then I decided to do markets, and then I started a website, and I've been maintaining the website ever since. And I just it just grows and grows. I just really love the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wanted to. We're running out of time. Although I could speak to you about your lovely creations all night, but I would love to just know, as we're kind of going through this, the name behind your company, Duray Unlimited, and where that comes from, and the meaning of it. I would love to hear about that.
Well, as I said, the brand is born from my imagination. And your imagination is it's really your center. It's the center of all things in your own presence. And my middle name is Dore. So to be without limits, I named the brand Dore Unlimited. Because it's all about, me being able to do what I want to do on my own terms. And it's a certain type of freedom for any creative that really you should never deny yourself. And that's really where how the name Dore Unlimited came about.
I love that. I love the idea of not putting limits on yourself. I think in this time, we're all really reimagining what success looks like and what this next phase of our lives look like. So tell me about, just as we kind of close up, your advice for those looking to take the plunge into making their creations their business and the next steps for them that they should really keep in mind.
Yeah. One, you should always accept that there's room for improvement. We all think we're fabulous. We all know we are some badasses, but know between you and yourself that there's always room for improvement. Another one I would say was to be teachable. That's along those same lines. You understand that you don't know everything and be willing to learn. Times evolve. You shouldn't be afraid of learning new things and dealing with technology and the bumps in the road along the way that all of that presents. Another thing I would say is don't beat yourself up because maybe you feel like you failed at something or you didn't reach a goal. I think any failure is not trying at all. I know we've all heard that, but we still have to learn to find some happiness in wherever you are in your journey, and it'll fuel you a lot better moving forward. Those I think are like basic foundations when you have to answer to yourself and run a business and you want to have fun and you also want to be successful. The last thing I would say is vote. Everybody vote, please. Please. If you're not registered to vote, go handle that. That's it.
I love it. This was such helpful information. I feel really inspired to, just pursue my own passions with your great advice. And I need some bags, girl. So I will be in touch for sure because your pieces are lovely. Thank you so, so much.